Attempted assassination. Attempted assassination.
If you subscribe to various music and sound design channels, like maybe mine, you've probably seen Novum. It's this super powerful Godzilla-like synth that pretty much reinvents granular synthesis, made by this guy, who's like a genius or potentially an alien from another planet disguised to lull us all into a false sense of security by releasing really great sound design tools so they can take over the world. Yeah, okay. If you haven't seen Novum, keep watching, because I'm going to showcase a couple of tricks that really make this a cool instrument. You should also check out the Traction website, as well as a lot of other really great content from YouTubers who love sound design like me. Let's get started. This is an easy one that can really change up your sound. If you hit Shift and then click on a layer, you can solo that layer and hear its specific sonic spectrum. You'll note that a lot of times the spectrum is broken up by different frequencies, and you will sometimes get lower pitched and higher pitched samples out of this. One way to take advantage of this is to use the key track feature to only allow specific layers to be played in specific zones on the keyboard. That way you get different timbres when you hit different keys. Another way to vary your layers is to use the very cool tone color wheel in the center to emphasize different tones on different layers. This can work well if you go to extremes and say pick along the top here where you get more of a sine wave or organ type tone, or by picking to the far right where you get more of a noise type sound. Finally, one thing that I like to do is to draw different envelope curves to accentuate either the different tones or high and low frequencies at different times. This will give your patch some nice movement and tonal variation over time. This is kind of a cool one. I prefer using an ADSR curve here, but you can also use LFOs to great effect. If you put a curve on with a nice slow attack, you will get something that starts out more punchy, but then the sound will seem to move away from you and also enter that higher frequency airy space that reverbs typically occupy. If you have your grains set up right, you can get some really interesting sparkles or artifacts at the tail end of the patch. Try messing with the granular presets here for some different results. This trick doesn't just apply to the random generator, but can also be useful with any of the modulators. Two fun things to do here are to use the random on the comb filter frequency. When you do, you get this really cool effect. This also works great with any of the other modulators. Another place to use the random is on the detune feature. Adding just a slight amount here will tend to fatten those grains up a little and will provide a bit more sonic interest to an otherwise boring static sound. So those are just a couple of cool things you can do with Novum. This is a really powerful engine, and I'm glad that Peter V released it this year. And if you like granular stuff, you should go check it out. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, because we have some reviews and free libraries in the works that I will be releasing in the next several weeks. Keep on making great music, and we will see you on the other side of the mountain.